Good morning, everyone. I present Comorbidities Associated with Obesity, a 5-year review of childhood obesity in the Endocrine Clinic in Massey Children's Hospital. So, Massey Children's Hospital is the largest, is the oldest children's hospital in West Africa, and it has special. Okay, sorry. The authors are no, that should be the Dr. Irewole Ojo F.O., Faguji O.Y., and that's me, the presenting author, Makinde A.O., Kale Jayeti, and Elewe Kesi of Massey Street Children's Hospital. So, next slide, please. Massey Street Children's Hospital is the oldest.
If you want to go forward.
Okay.
Next.
Okay, done. Okay. So, it's the oldest children's hospital in West Africa, and is a specialist referral center for sick children. And it has an endocrine clinic that is about 5 years old, which is one of these specialist clinics. Sorry. Please help, it's not. Okay, so obesity is defined as an accumulation of fat which affects the health of an individual. And the body mass index is the most widely used parameter to define obesity. Now, childhood obesity has been defined in several ways, and some of these are the World Health Organization, weight for height greater than 3 standard deviation above the growth standards median from birth to 5 years. And then for a child that is 5 to 19 years, it's body mass index for age greater than 2 standard deviation for the growth reference median. For the CDC, 95th centile for age and gender, and for the Royal College, it's the 98th centile for age and gender. Childhood obesity has reached epidemic proportions and is making it a public health concern. The fastest rise is seen in the low to middle income countries, and these are often ill prepared for the complications that arise from childhood obesity. It has a serious impact on a child's physical and mental well-being, and this can continue into adulthood. It has been linked to numerous medical conditions, which include diabetes, skin problems, orthopedic problems, and so on. The aim of our study was to review the prevalence of childhood obesity in Endocrine Clinic of Massey Street Children's Hospital and the comorbidities we observed in them. So to do this, we looked at our clinic records and our medical records over the last 5 years, and we looked at the prevalence of the obesity, and we looked at data and the case files. We checked for comorbidities. And the patients with BMI greater than 98 centile were diagnosed as being obese. This actually is for emphasis, because in the clinic routinely we use the CDC, which says it is 95th, greater than the 95th centile. But for emphasis, we saw that even after we used the 98th centile, all of these children still fell into that category. So the total patients in the last 5 years that we studied were 368 patients. The number with obesity was 58, making it a prevalence of 15.8%. The male to female ratio was 1.36 to 1, which it's usually said that females tend to be more obese, but probably because of the way they presented, most of them presented because of small penis size. So that's probably why we had more males being obese in our series. And then the case files we retrieved were 39. 31 of the 39 patients had at least one comorbidity, and the highest frequency was prediabetes, with 3 of the patients already having type 2 diabetes. So this is the table showing the distribution of the comorbidities that we saw in our clinic. Pre-diabetes taking the number 1, then endocrine disorder. Okay, sorry. So, and this is so just pictures to show some of the comorbidities we saw. This showing the acanthosis nigricans, the same acanthosis nigricans, buried penis. So in conclusion, prevalence of childhood obesity is high from our series, prediabetes being the most frequent. The childhood obesity is a global epidemic, which is usually associated with comorbidities that can have dire consequences on health and quality of life. There is a need for active surveillance and management of childhood obesity, and I would, at this point, like to thank you for your attention.